So, what if the future of Clovis neighborhoods could be changed by a lawsuit, affordable housing requirements, and the potential impacts on traffic, schools, and property values? What this could mean for Harlan Ranch and surrounding communities. And stay until the end, because I'll share what we believe is the biggest question Clovis homeowners should be asking over the next decade. So comment below, support or oppose. Do you support higher density housing in Clovis, California? Number one, what is infill zoning? Infill zoning is the process of rezoning existing parcels inside an already developed city to allow more housing. What is infill zoning? Infill zoning is the process of rezoning existing parcels inside an already developed city to allow more housing density. Instead of expanding outward into farmland, infill development places provide additional housing within existing neighborhoods and commercial corridors. The objective is to increase housing supply and help cities meet state housing obligations. Number two, why did Clovis end up here? Well, the story began with a lawsuit known as the Martinez versus City of Clovis, and the Clovis resident, Desiree Martinez, challenged the city's housing element, arguing that the city of Clovis did not have adequate zoning to meet the affordable housing requirements here in the state of California. The local court, Martinez versus the trial court ruled in favor of the trial court in favor of Martinez versus Clovis, and the court appeal largely upheld that decision. The court directed the city to adopt a compliant housing plan and rezone adequate sites to accommodate lower income housing allocations. This case became one of California's most closely watched housing lawsuit decisions. It affects cities throughout the state that have to address affordable housing and obligations. Number three, the 2024 settlement. In February 2024, the city of Clovis and Martinez reached a settlement ending years of litigation. Under their agreement, Clovis committed to several housing-related actions. These included establishment of a housing trust fund, dedicating city-owned sites for affordable housing, rezone infill parcels to accommodate approximately 1,300 multifamily units, and adopting an inclusion home requirement. This settlement essentially became the roadmap for the city's current infill rezoning efforts. So, if you're finding this information helpful, hit the like button below. Most homeowners have never heard of anything about this issue until a rezoning proposal appears near their neighborhood. The more informed you are as residents here, the better conversation we can have about the future of Clovis, California. Number four, what did the Planning Commission approve? Well, in May 2026, the Clovis Planning Commission approved resolutions advancing the infill zoning program by a 4-1 vote, with one abstention after extensive public comment. The proposal affects approximately 54 acres across 20 parcels and could accommodate hundreds of additional housing units as part of the city's effort to comply with court-mandated housing obligation. ABC 30 in Fresno, the city officials stated that the infill rezoning effort is one of the several programs required to satisfy the settlement and court directives. Number five, why some residents support it. Supporter argue that. Well, so number five, why some residents support it or not support it. Support: teachers need housing, nurses need housing, first responders need housing, young families need housing. Housing shortages drive prices higher. Supporters also point out that affordable housing doesn't necessarily mean government housing. Many projects involve workforce housing for employed families who simply cannot afford rising home prices, especially in Clovis, California. Number six, why some residents oppose it? Well, at public hearings, residents voiced concerns about traffic congestion, school crowding, parking shortages, infrastructure demands, changes to neighborhood character, public safety concerns. Numerous homeowners argue that increased density could place additional strain on established neighborhoods and city services like Harlan Ranch. Number 7. So what about Harlan Ranch? Well, let's address the question many viewers are asking us. Is Harlan Ranch being rezoned? No. Harlan Ranch itself is not the focus of the Infill rezone program. However, Harlan Ranch homeowners may still feel indirect impacts depending on where future high-density projects occur and how growth affects regional traffic patterns, schools, retail demand, and infrastructure, especially off of DeWolf Avenue, that stop sign. So additional retail demands are an issue, expanding services, increased customer base for businesses, potential concerns, more traffic on major corridors, increased school enrollment pressure, greater demand on parks and public facilities. Number 8. So how does Loma Vista fit into this? Well, the city's long-term vision for Loma Vista has always included a more compact, mixed-use, walkable environment. Planning documents describe it as an urban village concept with integrated housing, commercial uses, parks, trails, and community centers. So because of that original design, many planners believe higher density housing is more consistent with the vision of Loma Vista versus Harlan Ranch. Number 9, the biggest real estate question we get, will more housing hurt property values? Well, the answer is it depends. Historically, well-planned growth tends to perform better than growth that outpaces infrastructure. The factors that matter the most include road improvement, school capacity, public safety staffing, park development, commercial growth, quality of project design. So the real estate market usually rewards communities where growth is balanced and predictable. Number 10. So what happens next? Well, the Planning Commission has advanced the program, but final decisions move through additional public review and the City Council consideration. Residents will continue to have opportunities to provide input through hearings and public meetings. This issue will likely shape Clovis development for years to come. So whether you support or oppose the Infill rezone program, one thing is clear. Clovis is challenging. The question isn't whether Clovis is changing. The question isn't whether growth is coming. The question is, what kind of growth do we want? Well, as a local realtor, Fresno State graduate, physical therapist, athletic trainer, and longtime Clovis resident advocate since 1985, my goal is not to tell you what to think. My goal is to help you understand the process, the data, what's happening. What's happening so you can make informed decision about your future, your family, and your investment. So comment below, support or oppose, and tell us why. And if you're considering buying, selling, or investing in Clovis, California, Harlan Ranch, Loma Vista, or anywhere here in the Central Valley, reach out before you make a move, because understanding the future growth patterns may be just as important as choosing the right house. So again, this is Rufi Alday. Welcome to the Central Valley. Hopefully this information about the infill zone and how it impacts your family decision in living here in Clovis, California. God bless.